Well, the left keeps saying there is no Antifa. Donald Trump will be using the IRS to track down the funders of left-wing political violence. And I want to clarify a few things. First, there is an Antifa. There are numerous Antifa organizations. They work with each other. And the weirdest thing about the liberal claim there is no Antifa is that you can go to their website. I mean, these examples are NYC Antifa and Rose City Antifa, which are organizations with membership, recruitment drives, and at one point they had merchandise. I think they took it down because they were worried about going to prison because they are now terrorists. Well, there's a bigger picture here that I think everyone should understand, and that is left-wing political violence is much larger than just Antifa. They have a legal apparatus. They have international fundraising arms. They operate in such a way that makes it difficult for American law enforcement to get them. It was built this way intentionally so that a jury system would not be able to deal with it. Now, last night we had a conversation with Tom Renz. He's a lawyer. And I asked him about this voting stuff. The liberals are freaking out because a former Republican has bought the Dominion voting systems or something like this. And I said, would you support coercive force, like rigging an election, in order to defeat a communist dictatorship? Now, the answer he gave me over and over again is, no, I wouldn't, because the Republicans stop. And then ask about Republicans. My question is, would you personally, in a circumstance where a communist dictatorship is going to take over, rig an election to prevent it, knowing that you and what you believe will be a better system? Actually, you guys, comment. Let me know what you think. Would you do it? If you had the ability to rig the election to prevent the left from winning, would you do it? The reality is, with all of this, anybody who is unwilling to fight in a conflict will lose that conflict, whatever the conflict may be. Donald Trump was arrested several times, falsely accused of felonies, convicted of fake felonies that never before in U.S. history have ever been brought in such a way. There was no underlying crime. So there was a secondary offense. This is how they charge Trump. Secondary offense, which is falsifying business documents in furtherance of a crime. This is an add-on charge when you're convicted of a crime and it becomes a felony. Trump didn't have one. Trump committed no crimes. So they said, hey, there's some crime somewhere. For the first time in U.S. history, a secondary crime conviction, criminal conviction occurred without an underlying crime. They say Trump's a felon. They arrested his lawyers. They hunted people down. They went after Trump's chauffeur. They targeted people financially. They falsely accused as well as many others, of being paid to spread propaganda for foreign adversaries. Getting real close to calling us traitors, huh? Yeah, I got to be honest. The lengths they have already gone to destroy this country, bringing in a low-end estimate of 10 million non-citizens, granting them limbo status in this country. If you believe in America and what America is and always has been, then you're going to oppose what Democrats will do. If Democrats get into power, we're cooked. So I'm not saying I personally advocate for rigging elections. I'm saying it's a tough question, isn't it? You are being asked this question. Would you allow Democrats to get power again, knowing what they've already done and how they lie and manipulate and steal and the things they will do to people? Would you allow them to do that? Now, here's the question I have for you. This is what we asked on Timcast IRL. Here's a question for you. A series of questions. And you guys, you comment, and this one might be a little long. Do you believe that Democrats manipulated the 2020 election in any way? I'm not saying rigged. Manipulated in any way. Did they ballot harvest? Did they create fake votes, fake ballots? Did they stop checking signatures? Well, let me know. Do you think that they, in some way, gamed the election system to advantage themselves? Okay, let's go to Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, Texas argued that the state, in violation of the Constitution, altered the election. The judiciary made rulings on how they would operate with mail-in votes. The governor agreed, but the state legislature had no say. The U.S. federal Constitution says that these elections for the federal positions in Congress and president will be handled and set by the state legislatures. They were not. Do you believe that that was unconstitutional? My opinion is yes, of course. All right. Do you believe that Democrats will also, moving forward, allow illegal immigrants to vote, or at least reduce security measures which will increase the likelihood that illegal immigrants will vote? I know all of the answers that most of you are going to say. I get it. Most of you are going to say in some way the election was rigged. I didn't say that they cheated the whole thing with Dominion. I'm saying in some way manipulated it to advantage themselves. Well, of course, ballot harvesting, right? We know Pennsylvania was in violation of the Constitution, of course. And we've already heard from, we had another story from Minnesota. Actually, I think I have it pulled up right here. Minnesota elections director admits illegal immigrants could vote with state-issued driver's licenses. So we know all of this is possible. Okay. Do you believe that federal judges will bar Trump from trying to alleviate these problems, from rectifying these issues? Of course they will bar him from doing so. Okay. That's what we all think. How do you deal with it? What's the solution? And therein lies the real problem. If Democrats are doing all of these things, we can't trust these elections are legitimate. People are going to flee these states and these areas because of the high crime and leftist takeover. And then Democrats are going to, whoopsie, illegal immigrants might or might not vote. More importantly, I don't think illegal immigrants vote in large enough numbers, to be honest. I think that they're going to pad their congressional seats for the census with illegal immigrants, and that's why Biden flooded the country with illegal immigrants. Knowing that the system is rigged in such a way, and that right now in Congress, it is estimated that Democrats hold around 10 extra seats based on all the illegal immigrants in this country they harbor. Don't get me wrong, Republicans do have extra seats as well because Texas and other places do have illegal immigrants. How do we have a fair and honest election? I don't know. Trump, I suppose, could send in the troops and occupy these jurisdictions to ensure the elections are fair, but Democrats would just say that's rigging and stealing the election. So it really doesn't matter what they think, does it? No matter what Trump does, it will be wrong. It will be fascism. So Trump is going to use the IRS to track down funders of left-wing political violence, and they're already saying this is fascism. You pick, guys. I'm not going to tell you what to think or what to do. I'm just going to say this. No matter what Trump does, no matter what we advocate for, no matter what we do, Donald Trump is a fascist and he is wrong. Have fun, I guess. And therein lies the deep challenge. Would you be willing to rig an election in order to stop Democrats from taking power back? I already know most people are going to say, yeah. Because the response is this. The election system is already rigged. The judges are already lying. They're already in violation of the Constitution. Technically, it's not rigging the election. It's fixing the errors. Now, the noble among us will say, I would never rig the election. That's wrong. What I would do is make sure federal law enforcement is on the ground at all of these polling locations and that we stop illegal ballot harvesting, illegal mail-in votes. We make sure no one's illegally voting. Agreed. Democrats and liberals will respond by saying the troops are going in to illegally rig the election. No matter what you do, they're going to claim it. That's where we're at. Now, Trump going through the IRS to track down who's funding the left is going to be pointed out as the exact same thing. There's a photo going around I showed this morning where you got a guy who is got his hands up, and there's a SRT CBP guy pointing a less lethal weapon at him. Now the left is claiming this can't be. This can't be. Look what our country is turning into. Well, that guy attacked cops. I think it's, you don't want to point that weapon's lethal, mind you. But you're allowed to defend yourself. If someone is attacking you, you can defend yourself. They're acting and they're presenting this as though these cops are running up to innocent teenagers with their hands up. Oh, please don't hurt me. When in reality, they attacked the cops. The cops then responded and didn't even shoot the guy. They get their photo. That's what they always wanted. No matter what you do, you are going to be a fascist. You are going to be wrong. So then what? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not going to advocate for illicit, untoward, or anything. I'm going to say that right now, Trump should use the full extent of the law to fix these problems. And I understand the left will get violent no matter what we do. Trump must use the law. Now, the problem is these judges are in violation of the law with unconstitutional orders, and Trump keeps agreeing to them. Maybe he's biding his time, or maybe we are cooked because he will just keep letting it happen. I don't know. In the meantime, however, I support these moves. So smash the like button, my friends. Share the show with everyone you know. Stay tuned. We got more coming up for you throughout the day. We'll see you on the next segment.